One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik. Empathy. Data plus feelings. Empathy reduces misunderstandings, builds trust, and brings out the best performance in humans. It's pre-programmed in children and can be increased or decreased with conditioning. Currently, people are 40% less empathetic than the previous generation. People consume social media at least 3 hours a day on average. 3 times more people work from home than 4 years ago. No surprise that we are less empathetic than we should be, given the environment of separation. I suffered from confusion of empathy before I knew what empathy was. This last year, with much help from others, I found that I had the worst combination of intense internal empathy and disjointed external empathy. I had cognitive empathy, the type of empathy where you recognize the feelings of others, but you don't feel them yourself. But I was not able to recognize exactly what those emotions were. I also had emotional empathy, the kind where you feel the same emotions as they do, only I didn't recognize them as the same emotions. I experienced this as internal chaos. Empathy came out of me as inconsistent and extreme. Internally, even worse. I hadn't been conditioned to lead or manage the right way. I would feel everything from everyone intensely. When these feelings passed through my brain and out of my body, they came out as abrasive and very forward. I was in everybody's face about everything all the time. I never asked questions or listened. Instead, I led with offering solutions, never considering their side. These solutions were correct and would have helped them, but they were experienced as abrasive to everyone who experienced them. I was not a good manager, and that wasn't a great strategy to build trust. Sleepless nights, amazing stress, crises of faith, violent, uninformed empathy was my way of life for decades. Empathy as an operating system is foundational to accomplishing my personal and professional goals, and reducing my stress, and fulfilling my purpose in life. My people deserve an empathetic leader. 83% of all humans will leave an employer who lacks this empathy. Some of mine did. Some people extended empathy towards me that I did not return. I found that there is a structure to my emotions and my empathy. My first reaction is always a surface level emotion, typically frustration or even anger. But way down below, there's some real emotions like happiness or sadness, or maybe others I don't even know about yet. Parsing through the surface level emotions down to the real stuff has been a strange trip. My body biologically reacts when I touch one of those real emotions. I think I know now what emotions people are experiencing. I think I also experience the same emotions people experience now, this time accurately, both the surface and the deep down ones. I've systematically unlocked empathy for my employees, my family, and people in our industry. I used to get frustrated with everyone all the time. Now I see them as humans who may be struggling with this like I do. We have similar hopes, stresses, and needs for trusting relationships, both personally and professionally. And I've even begun to unlock a healthier version of a thing called compassionate empathy, the type of empathy that drives you to action on behalf of others. Because of all this, I've seen my business flourish in a way it never has before. Same with my relationships. All because I took a breath, thought about the human in front of me, allowed myself to feel what they feel, and then, instead of jumping to a solution, just listen and be present. I thought my empathy mission was nearly complete, but there was one final task I hadn't considered. Empathy for myself. I took it easy on others, and now, venturing into an uncomfortable place, I started taking it easy on myself. This has been One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik.